Welcome to ScotlandShop. If you're here to learn about the famous kilt, you've come to the right place. Today we're answering the most frequently asked questions about the kilt and the history behind it. We hope you enjoy building your knowledge of Scotland's iconic garment with us. And if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to leave us a comment and visit us on our website at ScotlandShop.com. Now let's begin our kilted journey. What is a Scottish kilt? The history of the kilt dates back to the 16th century, when members of the Scottish clans would wear a long piece of wool fabric wrapped around their bodies, known as the field mór, the great kilt or belted plaid. It was a versatile garment that could be worn as a kilt, cloak, or used as a blanket. Today, the Scottish kilt is a knee-length garment made of wool tartan fabric, although these days they're also made in tweed and other modern-day fabrics such as denim and polymixes. Tartan fabric is traditional, however, and this is made of pure wool, featuring different coloured yarns woven together on the warp, which is the horizontal, and vertical stripes in different colours. Each set or pattern of tartan is unique to a particular Scottish clan or family and is a symbol of the wearer's heritage and identity. The original kilt or field mór was made up of a single length of fabric, about 8 yards. Today a kilt is made up of several different parts, including the pleats, the waistband and the apron. The pleats are the most distinctive feature of the kilt, and they are created by folding the fabric back on itself in a specific pattern. The waistband is designed to be worn around the waist without a belt. The aprons are the front panels of the kilt. The garment is typically made of a heavier fabric than any other garment. Traditionally, the Scottish kilt was worn by men, but today it is also worn by women. Kilts for women are often designed to be more form-fitting and may feature a shorter or longer length than traditional men's kilts. The Scottish kilt is an important symbol of Scottish culture and identity, and it is often worn at formal events such as weddings and graduations. It is also worn at cultural events such as Highland games and Scottish festivals. The kilt has a long and rich history in Scottish culture and remains a beloved garment for Scots and people of Scottish heritage around the world, often passed down from generation to generation. The origins of the Scottish kilt. The origins of the Scottish kilt are somewhat mysterious, as there's no clear record of when or how it was first created. Some historians believe that the kilt may have originated in the 16th century as a form of military dress for Highland clans. However, there is evidence to suggest that tartan fabric was worn in Scotland as early as the 3rd or 4th century. The word kilt itself is believed to have originated in the 18th century, and it may have derived from the Scots word kilt, meaning to tuck up or gather together. This would make sense, as the kilt is typically worn with the fabric gathered and pleated at the back. In the 16th and 17th centuries, tartan fabric was widely worn in the Scottish Highlands as a practical and functional garment. This woven wool fabric was often coloured with natural dyes made from plants, berries and lichens. The tartan patterns were unique to each clan, and they served as a symbol of the wearer's identity and allegiance. The kilt as we know it today began to take shape in the 18th century when it became popular among Scottish soldiers. The kilt was a practical garment for men in the military, as it allowed for greater freedom of movement and was well suited to the rugged terrain of the Scottish Highlands. The kilt also became a symbol of Scottish identity, and it was seen as a way to assert Highland culture and traditions in the face of English influence. Over time, the Scottish kilt evolved and became more ornate and decorative. Today there are many different styles of kilt available, ranging from traditional hand-sewn kilts made from wool tartan fabric to more modern versions machine-stitched and made from lighter weight fabrics or synthetic materials. However, the kilt remains an important symbol of Scottish culture and identity and is still widely worn at formal events, ceilidhs and cultural celebrations. So who wore the Scottish kilt? Originally, the Scottish kilt was worn by Scottish Highlanders, who used it as a practical garment for hunting and fighting. Later, it became a symbol of Scottish national identity and is now worn by people all over the world who identify with Scottish culture. What is the significance of the tartan pattern? Each Scottish clan has its own tartan pattern, which is used to represent the clan's identity and heritage. The colours and patterns of the tartan are often chosen based on the natural resources available in the clan's homeland. Tartan patterns have also been adopted by other groups such as military regiments and sports teams. How was the Scottish kilt made? The Scottish kilt was traditionally made by hand from woolen fabric. It required a skilled tailor to create the intricate pleats and folds that make up the garment. Today, kilts are often machine-made, but many traditionalists still prefer the handcrafted versions. The kilt making process can take several weeks, and each kilt is custom made to fit the wearer's measurements. At ScotlandShop, we offer a measuring and tailoring service to make sure your kilt is the perfect fit for you. We also offer clan consultations to help you narrow down the potential family or region you might belong to, based on your name and origin of your ancestors. If you would like to explore your roots and find out about your clan, get in touch by email, phone, or visit one of our stores, where our helpful colleagues are happy to guide you through this exciting journey. What accessories are worn with a Scottish kilt? A Scottish kilt is often worn with a sporran, a small pouch worn around the waist, a kilt pin, which weighs down the kilt apron at the front, a ski and do, a small dagger worn in the sock to protect you from rival clans, and a jacket and tie. The type of accessories worn with the kilt can vary depending on the occasion and the wearer's personal style. Depending on the jacket choice, you may also add a belt with a decorative buckle. It is traditional to pair the kilt with a special type of shoe with extra long laces called gilly brogues. Visit our website to understand why the brogues have holes in them and how to tie those long laces. And long kilt socks that fold just under your kneecap, topped off with a set of flashes that can be made out of the same tartan as your kilt, or picking out one accent colour of your tartan. How did the Scottish kilt become a symbol of Scottish identity? In the 18th and 19th centuries, Scottish Highlanders were forced to abandon their traditional way of life and assimilate into British society. The Scottish kilt became a symbol of resistance to this assimilation, and the tartan pattern was banned by the British government for a time. This only added to the kilt's symbolism as a statement of Scottish identity. Today, the kilt is worn with pride by many Scots as a symbol of their cultural heritage. How has the kilt evolved over time? Over time, the kilt has evolved from a practical garment worn for hunting and fighting to a symbol of Scottish culture and identity. It has also become more accessible, with cheaper mass-produced versions available alongside traditional handcrafted kilts. The kilt has also been adapted for women, with kilts designed specifically for the female form. How is the Scottish kilt worn today? Today, the Scottish kilt is worn on formal occasions such as weddings and graduations, as well as Scottish cultural events such as Highland Games. It is also worn by members of the Scottish military, who often wear it as part of their dress uniform. Kilts can also be worn casually with a more relaxed outfit such as a t-shirt or sweater. The future of the Scottish kilt. The kilt has a rich and enduring history and is likely to remain an important symbol of Scottish culture and identity for many years to come. While the kilt has evolved over time, it has remained an iconic garment that is cherished by Scots and people of Scots descent around the world. In recent years, there's been a growing interest in sustainable and ethical fashion, which may lead to an increased demand for handmade, high-quality kilts. As more people become aware of the environmental impact of fast fashion and the importance of supporting traditional crafts, the kilt may see a resurgence in popularity as a sustainable and ethical alternative. Additionally, as Scotland continues to assert its cultural identity and seeks greater autonomy within the UK, the Scottish kilt may play an important role in asserting that identity. The kilt is a powerful symbol of Scottish heritage and tradition and is likely to continue to be a beloved garment for generations to come. We hope you enjoyed this episode about the kilt. This iconic, practical, comfortable and traditional piece of clothing has always been one of the most popular items in our stores, and you'll be delighted to know that we also make kilted skirts for ladies. At ScotlandShop, we offer over 500 tartans for you to choose from, as well as a free clan consultation that will help you discover your family tree and your connection to an ancient clan or district. Get in touch via email, phone, or visit us in Edinburgh, Albany, or at one of our many pop-up events. We offer worldwide shipping and a personal measuring service so we can tailor your beautiful tartan pieces to fit you perfectly. If you find this interesting, make sure to follow us on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel.